after his former Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi left him to die on Mustafar, Vader just barely clung to life, as every moment that passed threatened to take everything away from Vader, including his new place as a Dark Lord of the Sith. As Vader clung to the shore of the volcanic river, he breathed in harmful gases produced by the planet as his limbs caught fire. Vader's entire body was engulfed in flames as his ears burned away, and the gases that damaged his throat made its way to his eyes and made vision nearly impossible. Vader's screams seemed to dampen as the sound of his voice was damaged by the poisons he was constantly inhaling. In addition to all of this, all Vader had left was a single cybernetic arm that he used to cling to the edge of the bank of lava. Still though, despite all of this and all of this pain, Vader refused to die. Here, Darth Vader actually displayed a very impressive force ability used by Sith Lords in the centuries before the reign of Vader and Sidious. In the time of the Old Republic, the Sith Lord Darth Sion was unkillable, as his pain and connection to the dark side of the Force willed him back to life every time death knocked on his door. It was his pain that kept him alive, as through his pain he adopted a deep and potent connection to the dark side. Earlier in the timeline before Vader, when the Sith Lord Darth Maul was cut in half on Naboo, he too used the dark side of the Force to cling to life, as he used his utter hatred for the Jedi Padawan that defeated him to keep him in the physical world a while longer. In the case of Lord Vader, his injuries were far more extensive than that of Maul's, as Vader's injuries threatened to take his life at any moment. Still though, by focusing on only his rage, he was kept alive by his connection to the dark side, as all he thought about was his failure and the fury he felt for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Although the dark side kept Anakin alive, he did not use the ability intentionally, as it was a gut reaction that was elicited through his connection to the dark side. This was again experienced by Darth Sion centuries before Vader, as every time Sion was cut down, his return was involuntary every single time, and the ability that kept him alive was the literal connection to the dark side willing him back. Here, the same thing happened to Darth Vader, as the Force itself took a hold of him and forced him to remain alive, as it still had plans for the Dark Lord. Still, however, this was not enough, as Vader was all but dead when Palpatine found him, and it was only after Palpatine used his own dark side techniques that Vader's life was saved. But that was the involuntary force ability that Darth Vader used to will himself back to life on Mustafar, and how it saved him from his fiery grave on the planet. Without Vader's rage growing to the point that it did, he would have surely died, as the rage granted to him was enough to temporarily pull him through his injury. The dark side holding someone onto the edge of life was a common occurrence, and also a reason why true Sith Lords were extremely difficult to kill. The literal Force itself was keeping Anakin alive, as he still needed to fulfill the prophecy of the Chosen One and one day destroy the Sith. In The Last Jedi, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker comments that the Force works in ways that allows people to overcome or achieve things they normally would not be able to if they have a role to play within the cosmic force. Luke referred to these people as also including himself and Rey as instruments of the Force, and therefore are granted more ability and control over it. This was also a major reason as to how Anakin survived this fatal duel. But leave your thoughts on this in the comments down below, and the dark side ability that Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader used to cling to life on Mustafar. And as a big question, what do you think the Star Wars universe would look like if Darth Vader actually died on the planet?